Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ultimate Music Lover album reviews, unboxings, etc. Back with another album review, and I'm sitting outside again, as you can tell for this one. Um, Pretty early in the morning. There might be some wind coming, maybe some birds, maybe some other creatures that we don't freaking know about. But yeah, today's album review is another special one. I decided to do another one because I've been most of these album reviews are way overdue, and I've been discovering lots and lots of music over the last few years, but mainly the last few months. I've discovered more music than I have probably in the last 3 or 4 years. So I want to share this music with you and give you my thoughts and insights on it because I believe that it's freaking amazing. So before we get any further, I just want to thank you all for your support. Anyone who's watching over these long videos, because I understand that they're like 30 to 40 minutes, and then like the Melancholy review is an hour, and the Smashing Pumpkins debate video is an hour 5 minutes. If I go back, I'll edit some of these videos down to hopefully at least cut off like 5 or 6 minutes from them. But yeah, that's it. So we're gonna just hop straight into this one. I'm gonna give you a little story about it, but we're still just gonna go through it like I always do with all my album reviews. Everything is an automatic 10 out of 10 unless I say otherwise, and we'll do the song on song analysis and just give you my overall view of the album. So we're just gonna hop into this one. The first time I heard it, I actually listened to it on Spotify because I wanted to see if I actually liked the album first before I just went ahead and decided to keep the cassette, because this album that I'm talking about actually came from a huge lot of 22 cassette tapes that I wanted to auction on eBay, and I started going through them and thinking like, what if this is an album that I really like? So I started listening to albums I had never heard before and giving them a shot. So I heard this album the first time like 2 months ago, and I've also fell in love with it ever since. I've listened to it at least 4 or 5 times a week, if not at least once every day, because it is also that good. And you've seen the title of the video, so you already know what I'm talking about. Hums You'd Prefer an Astronaut. I know the lighting isn't best because I'm outside, but this album, I freaking love this album. It's wonderful and beautiful. Also, before I continue, something I noticed about this band, it's very unique. If you look at the bottom corner of their album covers for You'd Prefer an Astronaut, Downward is Heavenward, and I'm pretty sure not Electro 2000. But for these two albums, the length of the album is actually right there in the corner. So it's 45 minutes, 53 seconds long, or at least that's how long it's supposed to be. But yeah. This album is freaking glorious and incredible. Released on RCA Records. Very, very fantastic album. This is one of those albums, and especially cassette tapes, that I'm going to keep with me, because just like my Bloody Valentine's Loveless, original 1995 pressings of Hums You'd Prefer an Astronaut are becoming more rare. I only have it on cassette right now. I do want to get a CD and an LP version of the album, because I've come to love it so much. So this is the only other album that I've listened to that matches the same exact level as my Bloody Valentine's Loveless. Like, it is the only one that has made me freaking cherish the music so much. The only other album that has made me feel the level that Loveless has made me feel. That's why for this review, that's why the second review video that I'm doing is, as of this moment, after catching up, is on this one, because this is another special moment in time for me. So, um, I don't have like many stories about the album yet. I will say this though. Um, what is said in this album is exactly how my first relationship feels. Like, it's not going bad, in case you're wondering, like, oh, well, some of the songs in there indicate that some things are going bad between the two characters in the story. So, as far as my relationship is concerned, nothing is going bad. Um, but the feelings that I get from it, I can connect with them in many ways. Because, just like I mentioned in the previous album review video, I have tried forcing relationships before, and that didn't work out so well. So there's a few songs in this album that signify that. But most of the songs in the album, I can connect with my first relationship. Like, I swear, this is how a relationship actually goes, for the most part, is what is portrayed in the album. So with that, I'm going to do a song-on-song analysis and just jump right in. Not really much of a story, that's just what I think of the album is like. That's literally what a pure relationship is what's described in the album. So, to start off, Little Dipper. This song is the most relatable. Actually, the second most relatable. Maybe third. I don't know. I haven't listened to it enough to gain, like, a thorough, thoughtful opinion yet. So this is just based on what I'm feeling at this moment. Um, Little Dipper. Great opening. It starts off with a synth noise coming in. Concert E flat 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's an E flat 3. But it starts in the right channel and then just fades in, and then boom, it's the band with a concert F4 or F. It is F3. In case you're wondering, I do have perfect pitch. But the only problem is I get my octaves mixed up all the time. So, like, I'm sitting here like, wait, was it the third or fourth octave? But no, I know for sure now that it starts off with a concert E flat 3 from the right channel. I'm not sure if it's a guitar or if it's a synth noise. It sounds like a synth, but it could be a guitar. And then it pops in with the band with a concert F3 in unity. Very, very, like, the moment that the intro pops in, you start to have or I do anyway, I start to have these intense feelings of, like, chasing after something that I wished I could have. Because it's that kind of a song. How I see the song, like the lyrics, um, I haven't listened to it enough to learn the lyrics and what they are, but let's talk about specific lines. Like, I'm gonna go to the second verse. If we ignore the signals that mission control will send, it's just one big ship ride anyway. This hell will never end. We gaze out onward, looking for the stars. And then I'm not sure how the ending of that verse goes, but, like, as far as I'm concerned, um, these people in the song are in a relationship, or they desperately like each other so much that a relationship might as well thrive from it. So they, despite all of the freaking ups and downs that they go through, they continue to bond together and just push through keep going. And that's when the chorus of the song comes in, which is the most relatable chorus that I've ever connected with, as of this moment anyway. The chorus is, "You two've got just moments left to give. Come back now, and we will let you live. Stay inside our blue protective eye. We will never let them. We won't let them take you. We won't let you die." And that's just that's when the two people that want to be together or are together want to keep that connection and want to stay together, because it means so much to them that if they do come back together, that they feel like that it will never die. um, Unfortunately, most relationships only last so long and are a once in a lifetime sort of thing. So this acts as a warning from the band that don't get too far down the rabbit hole and don't get too involved in it. Just cherish the moments that you have, because the truth is that you two will only have moments left to give. So enjoy all those little moments like they're your last moment. Live them happily. Don't take them for granted. Don't think that this is like the song gives a sense of hope in two ways. It says, always hope that you two will connect again. Like, don't think that this is just the end for good. But if it is going to be the end, then don't take the moments for granted and just hope for the best during those moments, because it's the little things that matter. Um, so that's Little Dipper. And then it transitions into the pod. Um, the real context of this song, by the way, in case you're wondering, most of the information that I get about songs or about lyrics come from genius.com, Genius Lyrics. They can actually have pretty awesome insights on the lyrics or the scoop of the song. So that's why I like to get my information from there. I don't know how trustworthy or credible it is, but I'm just letting you know where my source is coming from so you can judge otherwise. Um, so the next song is The Pod, and apparently the true context of this song is about two people that do drugs together in order to escape the harsh feelings that they live, or that their harsh reality in life. They take drugs to feel good. I don't connect it with that, because that's not me. I don't freaking run off with some other person and take drugs with them to feel good. That is not how my relationship goes, and that is not how it should go, because that is not a good way to escape. But that's the context of the song. So instead of connecting it that way, how I like to see the song personally from my end is just spending time with that person. Like, um, anything from going out to eat to um, leaning up against each other, holding hands, walking down the street. Like, um, I take the context of the song as like, that you two are going to be separated for some time, and that your feelings for each other are going to change drastically once you two are separated. So what you try to do in those moments is you try to find one of a billion ways to feel no pain, which is a common theme throughout this song. Um, the main character um, says that she had the whitest bright ideas um, all along about my love, and then he proceeds to go to say that I give this fucking fix and I beg her to pick from one of a billion ways to feel no pain. And then he repeats the same um, verse later, a little different, saying that she's got a system made of metal with magnet bits inside her brain. She opens a box of tricks and begs me to pick from one of a billion ways to feel no pain. So essentially, the theme of the song here is that you two are just finding ways to escape from the pain and sorrow that you two are about to feel. You're trying to basically put yourselves into this mindset that it's okay and that everything's going to be okay and all right. Um, that's the pod, you know, and it kind of makes sense because the song almost signifies that in a mental state that you two are getting into a pod to launch off to another state of mind. And then comes the song Stars. Um, she thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars. So, from what Genius Lyrics said, that first line, like she thinks she missed the train to Mars, is signifying that um, this person thought that they missed the chance to have a connection with this other person. Um, so because of that, they sit out back or later on the roof, and they look at the stars. You know, they think about all the many opportunities that they have in their life and all the many things that that they get to experience, and they're just wondering, like, for themselves, what's next. So um I don't I don't connect this song with my current relationship. The way I connect this song is when I tried in the past to force relationships, because um, the second verse of the song, or I guess it's the first verse, because the very beginning is just the intro. That's not really a verse. That's just the intro line repeated. But like the first verse of the song, when it says, she's not at work, she's not at school, she's not in bed, I think I finally broke her. Um, that's the main character thinking, well, I think that everything that I tried to make work just never worked, and so she doesn't even want to see me anymore. And so um, I bring home everything I want and nothing that she needs. So from what Genius Lyrics said, the main character brings stuff back for her, but only stuff that they care about, because they're hoping that she just gets out of this state of mind. They think that it's going to make her happy if they bring home everything that they want and nothing that she needs, but that is, in fact, the complete opposite. Um, and then comes the chorus. Um, I thought she'd be there holding daisies. She always waits for me. Well, she's always waiting for you. She's upset at you, but despite how upset she is, she's always waiting. And then she thinks that she missed the train to Mars, so she's out back counting stars. So the common theme of this is um, the two of them, the freaking main character. I guess there's two main characters in the story, because I forgot the singer's name, but the singer always talks about this girl that he used to like. So this is basically just about a relationship that didn't work out. So the context of this song is that you two are just trying to find ways to make each other happy despite the conflict that you two have felt. Um, and so you go as far as only caring about yourselves in order to try to make the other person happy, and then that just makes things worse. So they look upon the stars to try to find opportunities that can connect both of them back together rather than just being separated into their own worlds. So that's pretty much it for Stars. It's a good song. I noticed that a lot of these songs sound pretty shoegazy. Um, the way that they're mixed almost has a shoegaze like sound to them, but that's the cool thing about Hum, is you cannot. They have their own distinct sound. They are their own genre. They're not heavy. They're not metal. They're not alternative rock. They're not any form of rock. They're not. there's they're not indie rock. You can't apply any genre to hum because the way that they play their music is just so unique that it could be anything. But yeah, so that's it for Stars. I don't really have much insight on that song because um, I connect with it in a way, but I haven't connected with it deep enough to give you a scoop of like how I connect with it because my mind is still trying to take it in and analyze it. Um, then comes the song "Suicide Machine." Uh, this is the context of the song is basically saying that this person is giving up their precious time and their precious life in order to make the person that they want to have a relationship with or keep a relationship with feel good. And so they'll go as far as to making them feel good and everybody around them feel good as well. So that's when the main character starts to get into a state of mind where he's like, and so I give myself away to everybody every day. So I give myself to you because you need it more than I do. And that's pretty deep because he's saying that my life to me doesn't matter no more because I live for you guys. And so even though I'm going to sit here and continue to exist on a mental level, I've already committed suicide because I'm not caring about my life much anymore. I'm just living for everyone else, is basically the whole context of the song. But it gets deeper than that because the main character is specifically doing this so that he can be with someone that he wants to be with. So that's why he said, and I have this one figured out. That's why the suicide machine is built for two. Not just one, but for two. Because he wants to just take off with this person without any care in the world. And he wants to freaking fly up to the skies with this person and explode into one because that's the only reason that he's doing the things that he does. Like, in a sense, that is what it's about. Is rather than making the things that he does about him, he makes the things that he does about the person that he wants to be with so gracefully, so preciously. That's the only reason he does the actions he does, you know? And we've all been there. As as guys anyway. I know I've been there. There's been a point in our lives where someone has came into our life and even though we never really deeply knew them, that we loved them so much to the point where it didn't matter what we did, that everything we did was for them. Although, when you really go deeper into it and you think about it, everything that you've been doing was also for your own benefit the entire time. It was a personal experience for you to learn from. So, really, who is it for? And that's when the song starts to get confusing because the main character implies that they're living and existing for everyone else, not for their own personal gain. But by doing things, they teach themselves new things, and they're doing themselves a favor, and they're learning um, ethics and morals and experiences and lessons in life. And that in turn makes them a little more upbeat in the end because they finally see the beauty in it rather than just going and keeping along with it. So even though the song ends on kind of a sad note, because you can hear the singer going, ah, ooh. um, in turn, later on in the album, he's a little more optimistic about it because he's not just living for everyone else anymore. He's also living for himself in some way. Then we get to The Very Old Man, and this song is really nice. I like the intro at the beginning where the guitar messed up a few times, and then he's like, "Sorry," just try keeps playing, and then he's like, "Sorry," and then he finally gets it. Um, I think this song is just. I don't really have much insight on it. Um, I think the main thing about this song is that when they freaking when the person looks back at their old memories, they think about the memories of their love because that's something that a lot of people connect to, or a lot of people have memories about, is about love. So this guy is probably, very old, probably in his late 60s, early 70s, and he pulls out like the old high school yearbook, and he looks through it, and then he sees the person that they used to like, and then they go through it, and you know ways that they connected. They probably looked at old prom pictures that they went with them. So they're looking back at memories that they had from their youth and all the connections that they had with this person, essentially. That's why the word remember is discussed a lot in the song. Like, remember how you strung the colored lights from Christmas tree to me? Like, remember how you used to light up my day and make me feel good? And then I tried to do the same for you. Like, that's all the song really is just shared memories. Um, then it gets into the song Why I Like the Robins. And this song is pretty relatable. Like, I've never found much more relatable music in my life than the last few albums that I've really discovered, because, like, lyrically, this one hits on point. The distance outside of you comes into focus, so like everything else just basically becomes blurred vision, and everything is focused on you. So it's like the first line, I think, is the distance outside of you comes into focus and collapses away lovingly. So everything else just leaves their mind, and it's all about them. Um, and hands to the glass, and eyes to the sky. Um, she looks to the south and waits to see. So, like, basically, these first couple of lines is the main character focuses on this person that they really like or whatever, and then everything else just seems to fall away from them. And then they see him looking outside, looking up in the sky, daydreaming, whatever. Um, she's looking for birds she met last fall. Sunday would come back. Someday. She said someday they'd come back different than all. She's waiting for six who knew about sound, who promised to come back upside down. So the main character sees this person, and what she is saying is she's looking for hopes and dreams that were promised to her way back when, but haven't came back to her yet. You know, any prayers that she made, any like promises that she made to someone before you met her. She's waiting for those things to happen, but hasn't came back yet. And so, in the meantime, the main character, he likes her raindrop collector. When he splashes his eyes, that's basically saying that the first time I saw you, I can't get my mind off of you, and everywhere I look, I just see you everywhere. And that's basically what the whole line, I like your raindrop collector, splashing my eyes makes everything else look like you. Um, yeah. And then she said, um, I'm trying to think here because I like this song, so I'm analyzing it deeply because it does have somewhat of a connection. Uh, At some point, they reference glasses in the song. And so, yeah, so the line is, hand me the glasses and teach me to use them and show me the window because I want to look too. So basically, the main character is saying, let me see the world through your eyes. Let me see what you're trying to see. And so they put on these metaphorical glasses, and then they see a whole other world before them after she explains to them what they're saying. And so by saying that I'll take the glasses and cover for you, you get some sleep and I'll stay till 2. I'm looking for 6 who knew about sound, who promised to come back upside down. He's basically saying that I want to be yours because I'm also looking for the same exact thing that you're looking for. I'm trying to have a connection of love that's not there. And so just instantaneously he falls in love with this person, essentially. And then it transitions into the song I Like Your Hair Long. And this song is I have nothing much to say about it because I don't connect with it in any way. Well, I can connect with it with past crushes, like people that I used to have a crush on in the past before my first committed relationship that I just had recently. Like, I look back to people that I used to have a crush on, and I was like, what a waste of time this was. You know, I put all of my time and effort into showing you that I cared, and nothing ever really came back to me. Like, what a waste of a song. What a waste of my lungs to try to get you to see something that you're just gonna turn away from. Then that's essentially what this song is saying. Is like, I'd like you to react to my actions this way. I want you to at least show some affection. Like, you don't have to like me, but I want to show you some affection. I want you to show me some affection so I know at the very least that you care. But no affection was shown back. No feelings were reciprocated back in the same way that they wanted. So then the main character sees that it's a waste of their time. And so they move on. Um, then it transitions into the song I Hate It Too. And I like this song. I really like it. There's really nothing much to say about it. Um, I think the main thing that this song is saying is that the main character and the person that they want to have a relationship with, or are currently having a relationship with, they agree with them on some terms. Like, well, this is how I perceive it. Like, I want to um, essentially, you know, I feel the same way about things that I don't like or don't really see. And then it transitions finally to songs of farewell and departure. And this song is literally, I can, it's a love song to everyone I know because at this point, the main character just says whatever they say, you know, any last words they say before they go and live on their life. And it's basically a dedication to everyone, including the person that they used to really like deeply. Like, there's other lines in here too that are relatable, like, and so we find that we never left the ground, so everything that they pictured was actually just a daydream the whole time. But this whole song is just a dedication to the freaking singer's family, essentially. And so I connect with it in that way because, well, I'm going off soon. So to start my life. So to show people that I cared, I play this song around because it is literally a love song to everyone I know. Um, yeah, so overall, the album is 10 out of 10, and every song on this one is great. Um, I like how they can play heavy riffs like through their guitars, but at the same time not sound like a heavy metal band because they sound alternative. They play heavy. That's why you can't give them a specific genre. That's why hum is just hum and nothing else. Um, I will do a review on Downward is Heavenward. I can't. I only listened to that album one time, so I can't give you any opinions on that thoroughly. I'll have to listen to it about at least 5 or 6 more times before I can do a review on it. But that is everything. Um, for 2 months, only 2 months listening to this, I've been blown away because this is just another piece of music that I haven't heard. And the fact that this was released in 1995, already almost 30 years ago, just blows me away. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and comment down below what you think of the album, what you would rate it, and how you perceive the album. And please subscribe to the channel for more music reviews. They'll definitely be coming in now that I'm just basically in a vacation kind of stage. I'll be making more album reviews. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the flip side with another album review.